Ready
Hello,
spaghetti!
everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden, Part 4, The White Moose. I got it right this time. Today is January 3rd, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to our Patreon at patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check out our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, you are more than welcome to join us on Discord, post those questions in the side of the Twitch chat, and we will do our best in kind to then respond in a timely fashion. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube, Twitch, all of those other wonderful places, and you keep thinking to yourself, where can I go to help support this wonderful show even more? Guess what, buddy? We got you covered. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got clocks, crop tops, throw pillows, aprons, shower curtains. The list goes on and on and on and on. And, of course, because 2020 was a wild in time that we will all look back on fondly. Hey, guess what? We got Tia masks. That's right. We have masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them. So that way you can go about your daily doings and, promote the Dragon God of Chaos. It's a great time. The design was made by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, and all of the proceeds go towards Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or help support the show, again, that is Indoor Adventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my spiel. So, hey, Satan, who are you playing today?
Hola. Hi, I'm Satan, and today I will Goliath Fighter.
Liz, you're good.
Okay. Hi, I'm Liz. I will be playing Lydia, who is our sweet bean rock gnome cleric. We both use she/her pronouns.
I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I'm going to be playing as Hart, the Wood Elf Druid.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, the guest on the show, and I use he/him. I'm playing Boxer Rocks, or Rocky, who also uses he/him.
Bless him. Hi everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae. I'm going to be the DM. Let's get started, shall we? All the world in winter's white, sheathed in sleet and ice, set upon never-ending night, she conjures paradise. Lonelywood. It's not a place anyone aspires to be. It's really more a place you wind up in after every other place has turned you away. As a result, it tends to attract a certain kind of people, criminals and outcasts alike. The realities of survival demand that the residents live and work together, not dwell on history. A visitor can make many friends here, but would be wise not to drudge up the dark deeds of anyone's past in this small town. No doubt these are the thoughts visiting a certain Goliath as the scattering of lights along the shore that mark Lonelywood draws closer. Night falls fast in Icewind Dale, and today is no different. Even the speed of the awakened plesiosaur pulling your rowboat isn't enough to bear you to your destination before nightfall. By the time he nears the docks, the light of day has already faded from the sky and has been replaced by the shimmering curtain of the Frostmaiden's spell. Friend is going to pull the boat up to the docks and kind of slide it as close as he can get it without smashing you into it. And he lets go of the rope and kind of dips under the waves. And then he turns around, pokes his head out very just barely out of the water, almost like a crocodile, just kind of laying with his eyes peeking up out of it. And he whispers up, "I can't stay for long. Remember, talk to Ravicin."
Rocky will toss friend a knucklehead trout. Cool.
And then sploosh, he goes into the water. And since it's dark out, his shape disappears quickly underneath the frigid surface of Merdwalden.
And we said that Ravicin was in the woods, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I can lead us to the woods. That is where my home is. Do we want to speak with her today? Or, well, tonight? Or would you
Ravicin?
like to wait? Yes.
Well, we're expected back with the trout. What DM, what time of day is it by this point?
It's dark.
It's
Yeah. The sun has basically set. It is fully evening time.
Kuori, maybe we could stay at your house tonight and then go and search for Ravicin tomorrow,
That is okay.
if you don't mind. I mean,
There's no inn in town, so you can stay at my home.
thank you.
Come on. And she'll get out of the boat and start helping everyone off the boat.
Hart is like, he like almost falls into the water. Like he has never gotten on or exited a boat before.
And she just kind of grabs him by the upper arm, pulls him up, sets him down on land.
I imagine
stay
he's
there.
struggling and just about falls in. You just grab him effortlessly, put him up on the dock.
Thankfully, like his like his robes are like all encompassing, so just grabbing the back, he's like a cat brings the arms up a little bit, like you just kind of lift this guy, set him somewhere.
Right. Let's
Heart
go.
is easily scruffed.
Let's go. I'll start leading them into the town.
All right.
Rock is gonna light a bullseye lantern because he don't got dark vision.
Okay. Now, it has, like, the sun has set, but the sun does set fairly early in Icewind Dale. So all the people of the town will have retreated to any of the businesses that are still open after dark. And I'd say the Lucky Liar is probably pretty well populated at this time, as it's pretty much the only place to get food in town. Where are you going?
L-Y or L-I?
Oh, L-I.
Liar.
Okay.
If you are all hungry, there is a lie. Sorry, what is the name? I have it right here. Sorry, the Lucky Liar.
The Lucky
There's-
Liar.
There is Lucky Liar. It has food.
As you're saying this, you're standing next to what looks like an inn. It's got a sign outside of it that has a ram with a big old shackle around its neck. But the windows are darkened and there seems to be no light from within. And like kind of peering in there, everything's covered in dust.
I guess I could eat. Maybe someone inside will know something more about Ravicin and get some more information before we speak to her. Maybe.
Information you can get at Lucky Liar. Yes.
So those of us who are hungry, we can get something to eat. And Hart, I know that you're quite fond of your good berries, but maybe they have more dessert.
Do you think it would be as good as Ma's pie?
Probably not.
Nothing's better than Ma's pie,
I
especially with a bit of ice cream.
want to agree with
Tops.
you. I can join you if that helps, but he looks pretty lonely out here. And Hart will just motion with his staff towards the goat that's just shackled next to the abandoned building.
It's not an actual goat.
Oh!
They're on a sign. I'm sorry.
I thought it. Never mind. Okay.
Understandable. No, that makes sense for your character.
Yep. Hart will just kind of like nod and follow you guys into the tavern.
It seems that inn is closed now, and it used to be called the Ramshackle.
Oh.
Ah, clever.
I wonder if there are any friends in the walls in there.
I would not go in there, no.
Why?
Just don't. She'll make her way to the Lucky Liar and open the door. And it's like that opens the door, let's call there in giant figure in the doorway. And then she comes in and just waves at everyone.
They recognize you, but they all kind of mind their own business. You are acknowledged. You're definitely not like, like, oh no, we hate this person, but it's more like, hey, don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's why she's just like, goes to the bar.
Yep. You walk up to a barkeep who has kind of long, messy black hair that's been pulled up into a ponytail. She's wearing an apron. She doesn't look like she's really from around here. But, we don't really talk about that kind of thing. She comes up and she says, oh, hey, Kuori. What are you looking for? Can I get you some coffee? I know you love your macchiatos.
I do love macchiatos, yes.
Who are your friends?
I'll take one. This is Rocky, Hart. This is Lydia.
Hot or iced?
Hot.
All right. 4 hot caramel macchiatos coming right up.
What's that mean?
You'll
and Hart
like
leans
Can
over
you
to
make
Rocky.
his decaf, please?
It's a good idea.
She stops and just sort of looks him up and down. She's like, oh yeah. She turns around. She just starts pulling on a manual espresso shot puller.
It's a type of hot beverage that's really tasty and it goes down really good in the tummy.
It's got caramel on it.
Like dessert, but a drink.
Oh, I think I would like
dessert
this.
drink. You would, can I also get some food for my friends here?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
What do they usually serve here?
Well, I got these bacon Gouda bites I can throw in the oven.
Those would be good.
Do you have any like biscotti, like pistachio kind that go with like the macchiato? I like to dip them in.
Sure. She walks over to a thingamaj. Like she starts an espresso shot pulling. She starts up the steaming of the milk, and then she walks away, grabs a biscotti, just sort of tosses it at you, comes back, and then starts up the next drink.
They're very good. Don't worry about it.
Kuori, you know that this person's name is Danae Zodel. Actually, in the book.
Danae what?
Zodel. It's
Zodel.
spelled Xotal.
Zodel.
Sexalotl.
Thank you, Danae.
No problem.
She's
even got like a green apron on, and it's a little like a little name tag right here that seems to be written in chalk.
Is it a frozen mermaid symbol?
It's a siren, actually.
They're different, thank you.
Anyhow, you guys get your coffee, you get your food. She drizzles caramel in a crosshatch pattern.
Rocky's gonna dip his biscotti in like Hart's macchiato and then hold it up to Hart. Try this.
Hart will grab it, and like there is no tact. Like there are fingers in the whipped cream bits, and he just.
You're supposed to keep dip because it's really hard. Oh.
Crunch.
Yeah, and he like takes some of the beverage, sips on it, and then like lets it soften as he's chewing. And at that point, like there is just like the whipped cream mustache is stuck onto his face. And he will just like be dipping his finger in to eat the whipped cream out of this.
Right. Danae, may I ask you, have you heard anything of a woman called what was the name, Lydia?
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza?
No, I haven't actually. Isn't that a
Is
Pokemon?
that her name? Yes, those little monsters like you
Hey, Dylan. Some guys are asking about the Pokemon Go Stop.
Oh no.
Nights in the courtyard.
Nights in the courtyard. No, seriously, what was her name? I completely forgot.
We only play Ingress up here.
Ravicin.
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 of a woman named Ravicin
No, I don't think so.
and a stranger in the woods. Anything.
Well,
Druid.
but Corey, you know better than anyone else that people go into the woods to disappear.
The. Alright. I'll keep looking in the morning then. Here.
Uh,
Here's I put money in the tip jar and then I give her a tip so it doesn't get split up amongst the other workers.
Thanks. She pockets it. More nights in the courtyard. um, she like stops you real quick, and she says, "Hey, be careful when you go back out into the woods. The hunters have been complaining about a white moose. Evidently, it's on a rampage. It's just killing anybody it sees."
The. If I see it, I'll take the moose by the horns.
All right. Here's
Could
your
I?
bites. She
Oh,
slides.
the.
She slides like something that has it's a little kind of like paper. It's like if a muffin liner had two slots in it, like a peanut shaped kind of cardboard sort of thing, and in each little slot there is a like scrambled egg type thing. Yeah, and it's got bacon and cheese in it, and it's just a tasty little protein.
Yeah. I just kind of pass them to Lydia, like, try that. Rocky,
Uh,
try that.
DM, could I make a history check on white moose if there is anything I've come across
Sure, go ahead.
traveling up and down?
Yep.
I'm just having fun in this fantasy Starbucks.
16.
16. I think that you have heard from fellow guides that there were rumors about a white moose up in Lonelywood, but typically it usually kind of kept to itself. It only really attacked people if anyone bothered it. And like the stories go back for years and years. This thing must be old, but it is a change to the story that it's attacking anything it sees.
Oh. Well, I have heard of the white moose before from some of my other friends. Should typically keep to itself. If this is a new change of behavior, maybe something spurred it on.
I it's weird. We used to just think it was a myth, but now it's like it knows where everyone is.
Does this change in behavior?
It seems to have happened at some point since you left.
Okay.
So it's fairly recent.
Okay. What do you mean it knows what people are?
Well, several hunting parties will go out at once, and it will hit every single one of them. They go into different parts of the woods, and by the end of the day, survivors come crawling back, complaining of a moose having attacked them. The white moose. Really, it's kind of creepy. The speaker has put out a reward for it, if you guys are interested, but honestly, it sounds dangerous to me. I'd rather stay here and make coffee.
Well, I have to go into the woods to go to my house, so.
Yeah, that was a poor choice on your part. You should have taken over the ramshackle.
I don't need that much space.
Oh? Were you gonna own an inn?
It was offered to me when I came in, but I wasn't interested.
I understand. I think you'd be a great innkeeper, though, if that's what you wanted.
Spasiba. But I will look into the moose problem. I'm already out there. I might as well.
Mooses and mises. Got it.
Gooses
Careful
and
out there.
geeses. Oh wait, no, goose is dead.
Oh, too soon.
Bless. Danae is going to reach over and grab a chocolate croissant and slide it to you, Kuori.
You always. It's funny because I forgot, but while they were asking for stuff, I was like, "Do you have a chocolate croissant?"
Mm-hmm. You look at the side of it, and it's got like chocolate in just the right places to make it look like a sloth.
She'll give Danae a smile and a thanks.
Yep. She winks and gets back to work. She's gonna go make herself a white lightning.
And Cora's just eating her pastry.
Okay,
This is
so
good.
delicious. Yes. I guess we should head back to your place, Kuori. Is there anywhere else in town
No,
we stopping?
no, it's a small town. Eh, there's not many places. Right now, let's just go to my house. We'll come back in the morning.
Okay, let's keep our eyes peeled for this moose as well.
Be very, very quiet.
I'm
So-
I'm sure that it's probably just misunderstood. Moose aren't typically aggressive unless like
No,
you
they're
attack them
not.
first.
Maybe
Ooh,
he's hungry.
it's possible he might also have been awakened by said druid.
Ravicin.
Duh.
I'd also like to point out that moose are typically herbivores.
Well, it didn't say that they were eating the people. It just said that they were attacking them.
Those antlers can be sharp. And those
They're
hooves
actually
can hit
quite
hard.
Hart
Quite
just sort of
blunt,
like,
so-
as you say that, like absent-mindedly touches the scar on the side of his face and just like, yeah.
Oh,
But
baby.
it's possible that it has been awakened by this Ravicin and, like friend, was told to attack certain people.
I hope not.
Well, if it's anything like friend, we'll be able to help it out. Yeah.
Either way, I think we should try to avoid it as much as possible.
Hold on to your caramel macchiato close. It'll warm your hands.
Yeah, Hart like is like shoulder hugging his staff and just keeping his drink.
Lydia's got her eyes peeled as we're walking as well for any moose activity.
All right. You walk past the Happy Scrimshander, which is run by a little spinster who she likes to talk fondly about people she used to know who like are definitely dead now, and she talks about them in a way that makes you pretty sure that she's the one who killed them. But that's
Rocky's
That he
just
never came back.
oh, he never came back. That little rascal. He had such a thin neck.
Could Rocky pop in there real quick and just get like a bag of assorted bones?
Absolutely, sure. There's all kinds of colorful inks and delicate little carving tools, waxes used to seal it after it's done.
I'll wave to the shopkeep. How do you pronounce your name? Iris Cree?
It is, yeah, Iris Cree Harrow Hill.
Iris.
Oh, I'll give her, yeah. I'll give her like a nod.
Lydia will just awkwardly wave as well as we walk by because she's been here before, but like not as often as Kuori, obviously. So just sort of a hello.
Oh, hello there, little dear.
Not a deer. She points to Hart.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
How far outside of Lonelywood do you live?
Oh, she probably doesn't live that far in. Let me look at the map. I would say probably a good 10-minute walk
Okay.
from maybe from like the last house is a 10-minute walk to her place.
Okay. You walk by the speaker's house and you can see that it is lit up very nicely. You can smell cookies outside, or you can smell cookies from inside. And I'll say there's even like a plate of cookies laid out, almost like the way that you would lay out candy for trick-or-treaters. There is a plate of cookies with like little halfling shaped gingerbreads. about half the size that you would see a gingerbread man, because it's a halfling. But like there is always noise from inside. You know that she has 4 rambunctious boys that live in there, and that's the town speaker's house, Nimsy Huddle.
I'll pause by her house and knock for a moment.
Okay. The door opens almost immediately, and you recognize the kid opening the door as Scoop.
Hello, Scoop.
Kuori!
And she'll scoop him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he likes. That's what he likes.
And she'll
And he's
scoop
just
him
like patting on your face, just
Yeah.
like being a
Hello.
nuisance.
How are you today, Scoop?
I'm doing great. I ate a bug.
Which bug?
It was like a bug that I found under the stove.
Did you eat all of it?
No. Takes half of a bug out of his mouth and just hands it to you.
Thanks. She throws it over her shoulder.
Amazing. The rest of the kids come up to you and just start gathering around you. The rest of
I
them
just
are...
scoop them all up.
Yep. They all go on your shoulders.
Yeah.
The rest of them are Scrap, Nibble, and Tap.
Scrap, Nibble, Tap, Scoop. These are my friends, Rocky, Hart, and Lydia.
Little halfling hands want to grab at Hart's antlers.
No, that's not nice. She
Are these
kinda...
real?
Yes, that's not nice. Not nice. She kind of do the whole hand, stopping. How
All
would
right.
you like someone to pull your head, huh?
Nimsy comes out, and she's only about... So like these little halfling boys, they're about knee high to a grasshopper. They're real little, compared to like actual children. And
Becomes
this
half Corey's leg.
Yeah, exactly. So this halfling comes out and she's got a fresh plate of cookies and she sets it down. She's like, "Oh, Kuori, you're back."
How are you today, speaker? Not tonight.
I was worried that you were gonna leave for real this time. What brings you back to Lonelywood?
I've got business in the woods, but I've been told about this white moose.
Oh, yeah, it's a nasty bit of business, that. I already promised the rest of the speakers that we were going to take care of it. It's really starting to become a problem.
Right. When did this start?
How long have you been gone, would you say?
Like
Say a couple 10 days, maybe?
couple 10 days, yeah.
Yeah, about a 10-day ago. But you see, the rest of the towns depend on our wood. Like, they keep warm with our supply of firewood. If we can't go out there and chop trees, then half of the 10 towns is going to freeze.
It's okay, Nimsy. I know the woods. I'll look into the white moose, yeah.
Okay, I would really appreciate that. It's making my hairs go gray more so than these boys. And they all just like scramble around her, and she's like, "Okay, behave."
I'll look into it for you. No worries.
There sure seems to be a lot of weird things going on with animals recently, especially in this area.
Did you think?
Possibly. We were on a few other things, but nothing you need to worry about, speaker. It's all right. You worry about the boys in the town, yeah.
Oh, I never stopped worrying.
Hart, try some of our cookies. You'll love them.
I was going to ask if I could, but thank you.
Yeah, Nimsy will actually walk up to you and like hold up the plate for you. They are all delicious and warm.
He wants to just full hand the cookies, but seeing that there are these other little ones, he'll just take one cookie. And then he has his cookie, and I'm assuming now a lukewarm at best remnants of a macchiato, and he just dunks it.
Amazing. She places the plate of cookies down just sort of absent-mindedly, and the kids just descend on it like vultures and just leave crumbs behind.
Yeah.
Hart wanted to do the same thing.
Oh, bless.
They're so cute. I really miss my brother.
Find
Well,
them,
I guess I better give you the whole spiel. I'm willing to
please.
give you 100 gold pieces if you bring me that moose's head.
Da. Uh, if it's
What if
possible,
we talk to the moose and it agrees to not attack people anymore?
Talk to the moose.
I can talk to
it,
animals.
it
Oh, me
it's
too.
it's true they can talk to animals. If it's possible, we might be able to resolve this without violence. But if it
We're
so
really more lovers
chooses,
than fighters.
I
that speak
see.
for yourself. Says the girl that's been making friends with all the enemies.
Well, that's awfully optimistic of you, and I commend you for that. And if you're able to pull it off, then sure, if you can guarantee that this moose won't attack us anymore, then sure, I'll get that reward to you. But I need an absolute guarantee that can't be refuted.
I will find a way to get you that guarantee should we be able to resolve it this way. If not, does have if it does have to resort to violence, then
And
we
of
will also take
course,
care of it.
if our hunters get to the moose first, the rewards will be theirs.
Yes, that is true. But we will go out now since I'm on my way to my house.
Oh, that's so far away. Why don't you just stay in the attic tonight?
We could stay in the attic. It's only 10 minutes, speaker. It's not too bad.
Oh, pish posh, it's cold outside. You can, like, you don't have to stay with her, but she's the kind of person that will insist until, like, you literally walk out the door while she continues to insist.
Yeah. Thank you, speaker, but we'd rather take care of this quite quickly. You tell the boys I will be back when I'm done with my duties. We can play. We can play.
Mhm.
What is it? We can play flying again, which is just her throwing them up.
Throwing them into the air.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. And like she is still insisting as you go out the door
Yes.
and
No, thank you.
you go to open the door and then shut it. And then this is odd because she like puts her foot in the door and it's her own home to prevent it from shutting. And then she like pokes her head out and she says, "Are you sure you don't want the ramshackle?"
How about we'll talk about that later on. Let me resolve the wet moose first, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. If you insist.
Da.
Take care of yourself, okay, Kuori?
I will.
You
She'll
hear
like
something smash inside the house and she turns around, "Boys!" And then you hear a chorus of, "He did it!"
let's go. She'll kind of like shuffle all of them out and start them at the path.
Hart will leave his empty cup in this building because he doesn't want to just throw it outside.
Mm-hmm.
As they're leaving, walking away from the house, I feel like Hart would go up to Kuori and just, why don't you want the other place? Like,
Uh,
is there like a ghost inside or something? Did somebody
could
you know
be.
die in there?
A
What do you mean
ghost?
could be?
Actually, yes.
Oh,
Oh dear.
I am so sorry.
No, I didn't actually know them. I know of them. That is the last owner was found hanged in the common room about 2 years ago.
And the owner before that, was it also the same?
I don't believe so, no. But it is only a rumor, but some people say it was made to stage like a murder. Murder.
Most foul.
Yes. So
No,
it's
I don't think it was a bird.
It could have been. Birds can be sneaky sometimes.
This is true.
it they 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 like to offer it in case anyone wants to reopen the old inn, but I prefer to live more in the woods.
That's understandable.
Uh, I don't. I know that if I take it, they will want it to reopen as an inn, and I don't want to run an inn at the moment. I don't want to be out in public that much.
Okay.
That's okay. Whatever it is that you want, that's what you should do.
No. Okay, now stay close. It's just a 10-minute walk this way, but I don't want anything happening if you come across the moose. Yeah.
My
Rock is
eyes are
gonna
looking.
lean over to Hart and just say, back up in the mountain, we had to travel in a pack like this because the eagles would come down and just whoop when we were kids.
That makes sense. I've heard about that. I haven't
Eagles are
seen it
dicks,
myself.
man.
I don't. Birds, they are very peculiar. You either get the small ones who are very nice and talkative, especially if you give them seeds, and then the bigger ones, most of the time, the bigger ones, they just want to eat my family.
Well, I don't know about that, Mr. Hart. Have you ever heard of a shrike? It's a small songbird, but it impales its prey.
I have not.
They are
The
terrifying,
That's
but
a
so
horrifying
beautiful.
bird.
but very very adorable. Yeah.
No.
No, they look adorable, but they're very terrifying.
There's so much anger in such a little body.
This
It's
is
because
Like a
they're so tiny.
badger.
There's nowhere else for the anger to go.
Like a
This is
flying
conversation.
badger.
Oh my god. This is the conversation that you guys have on the way to Kuori's home. Kuori, what does your home look like?
Uh, it very much looks like a very nice log cabin. Um, on the outside, she kind of walks through a little path, but then afterward, maybe the last few minutes are off the path as she gets to the cabin, which is surrounded by it's in the woods surrounded by the trees, so it's not out in the open. But it does look almost like a little idealistic log cabin in the middle of the nice woods, at least from the outside.
It's like a Thomas Kincaid painting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
No, okay, we won't talk about that then.
Nights in the courtyard on
Nights in the
Kincaid.
courtyard, I suppose. All
Yeah.
right. So you head on into the cabin. What's the inside like?
The inside is
For that matter, do you lock this cabin?
I I I would say she does, but she has let certain hunters know how to or a spare key would be should they need it and she's not there if someone's hurt.
Fair enough. Okay.
Cuz it's the few that she would trust. Um I'd assume she'd be around enough. She's been around long enough to talk to a few of them, get to know a few of them, maybe help a few of them at some point. Uh, so she'll let them know. But she does lock it and she opens it, and it is Goliath size, so the door is a lot taller, and the ceiling's a lot taller. But inside, it's very simple. It has a nice little area for a fire stove.
Mm,
Um, and that kind of the same works as her fireplace. It's got a table with one chair, with a few plates and whatnot, just for one person. She doesn't really have guests over.
mhm.
It has a few. Uh, you see. Weapons. They're not completely sharpened, but they are weapons that have a distinct design separate from 10 towns.
Hmm.
But they're hung up on the walls, and then there's a little offside to her room,
Mhm.
and there's a nice pelt for a rug.
All right. How are you setting up your friends to sleep tonight?
Um,
Lydia will just kind of curl up on one end of the rug of the pelt.
Aw.
no, it's fine. The bed should be big enough for the three of you to sleep in there. I can sleep out here.
Oh, I don't want to take your bed. I would never be able to be a guest in someone's home and kick them out of their bed.
You're not kicking me out. I am inviting you into the bed.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
It's big enough for me, so it should be big enough for the three of you.
Lydia will just curl up at the end of the bed, try to take up as little space as possible to be as little of an inconvenience as
Yeah.
possible.
She'll take them into the bedroom, and it is pretty plain, but there are there's maybe like one like little painting of a specific like viewscape that I don't know if any of you would know where it is, but it's somewhere like high in the mountains. Um and there's maybe like a few like a desk with a few journals and pens and papers, a book a bookshelf with a few books in there, and a few other kind of like little tables with kind of knickknacks. You see little like wooden figurines that have been clearly carved by hand, uh, and the bed it is pretty big because it's for an 8 foot tall Goliath, and it has some really nice plush blankets, like fur blankets. Even though she doesn't get cold, but it's like nice to have.
Oh yeah. No, even if you aren't cold, like having a blanket on top of you when you're trying to sleep, it's a comfort thing.
It's the hug. It's the
Yeah.
burrito hug.
Gosh, that's why it has to be cold in the house so that I can have a blanket on without being too hot.
Exactly.
All right.
Computer sock. Anyway.
Computer sock. I think Lydia in particular would know that Kuori has a very studious bend to her. Like I don't want to say that it's unexpected for someone with a lot of muscles to, like also work the muscle that is their brain, but Kuori is definitely the kind of person who does that.
Yeah, there's like a nice like bookshelf in her room that has various books of different topics. Most of them are probably magic related.
You're able to start a nice fire.
Yeah, she'll start a nice fire. She'll offer them a hot drink.
Yeah, if you throw the wood on there, I can druid craft like start the flames up.
Yeah, there was like that nice little like tree trunk outside with like the axe laid in there, so she like there's like fresh wood in there from like right before she left.
10
She
days.
left
You gotta dry the wood before you put it in the fireplace.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna throw wet wood in there. It takes far too long.
No.
Advice from an actual lumberjack.
It's look, Knights in the Courtyard.
Knights in the Courtyard.
It's gonna be a dense one, you guys.
Yeah, but
like an oak.
She'll have a bash of woods because she would have left firewood in case any hunters needed her place. But she'll offer you like hot drinks.
Is there anything in particular that you guys talk about before settling in for the night?
I think Hart is probably like he'll probably either be outside or like at least outside for a while. He's just going to be continuing his starry map.
Yeah. There is like a nice little
Finger
porch
painting.
area that has like a nice little like those swinging benches. I like every time I imagine like a little porch, it has to have a swinging bench in it.
Hart sat on it and then did not like the fact that it was not a stable place to sit. Immediately got off, and so if you go and check on him, like he's just sitting cross-legged on the floor, like booping stuff onto a map.
Yeah.
Rocky would have set up a tarp outside and started sorting through the bones, finding like a nice cow leg bone, and then just pulls out a hammer, smashes it, and then starts making knives.
Nice.
I have a working station inside here, Rocky, if you want it.
I don't want to get anything dirty in there. This is fine. Also, I have to still like get a fire going so I can get the charcoal and pine resin to make the survival glue, and then it's just a process.
With Kuori, what her work was before, would she have any of these materials?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to say that when you worked as a blacksmith's apprentice back at the Goliath tribe, there was like you have worked with bone before. I feel like bone is a common like
like a blacksmith in here works with both metal and bone.
Yeah. Because, like, metal is scarce, but it's something that you can come across. But bone is like it's everywhere
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on the tundra, or at least there used to be before all of the animals started dying because it's always winter.
Yeah. She'll let you know. I have some of those supplies inside.
Oh, if you got some flint, I can make the blade serrated.
Yeah, come. And I would say probably has like a cover over it. But it's like inside that one main room in the corner. There's like a little workbench, and she'll uncover it for you and just tell you where everything is.
I think Kuori and Rocky are able to work on this for a while, and
Mhm.
Rocky, can you can tell that she's had experience with this sort of thing before. Anything else before the night falls? I mean, like it's fallen, but before everybody goes to sleep.
I think Lydia will just likely go um, up to Hart and just sort of um, not pull him aside, but just like sit down wherever he's sitting
Mm-hmm.
and just say, I I hope that we can make friends with this Ravicin, but I'm very scared that she does not want to be friends and is very powerful. Just I want you to know that sometimes we need to run or hide, and that's okay, and no one's gonna be mad at you if you do. Right? But don't leave us behind if you can help it.
And Hart says, when we run, we all run together. It's just a matter of who runs slowest who ends up getting picked off. But if that ends up being the case, my antlers are sharp and my spirit is strong. And I will do my best to make sure that you find your brother. That's what we set out here to do, right?
Yeah. Thank you. It's just
I'm not going to
you're
leave you guys.
you're really really sweet, and Kuori and I have known each other for a while, and I just wanted to check in because we don't get to talk too much, just you and me, and I wanted to make sure you were doing okay and say thank you for tagging along with us, and also just make sure that you still wanted to tag along with us.
Oh, of course. Tagging along, like, the two of you have made it so I didn't die in the snow, and then I got to experience Ma's pies, and I had a monkey's hut auto. I don't know what that means, but it was still really delicious. And I've had so many experiences just being with the two of you, and I feel like this is the right place to be.
I'm really glad to hear that. I had one more question. Um, have you had any more of those dreams?
No, it's the same day that we had the conversation
No,
earlier.
no, I meant it's only been the two though, right? You haven't had any other
Well,
ones? Maybe with my brother?
no, I haven't seen anyone in my dreams that looks like you, but boy. So
Okay.
you should be good on that one. But there was a dream that I had. I think it was a dream. I don't know, like. And you look at the starry map that he's been drawing, and like there are a lot of like finger painty boops. But then there's one that looks like a rather large circle on one end that has some like paint lines coming from it, like that circle is in motion. That just seems to be coming from a corner of this map. And like the more that you look at it, there is like a small little hillside and then this large circle with those motion lines and him just I think this was a dream. It's like when you're trying to say something and it's on the tip of your tongue and you don't know what it is that you're trying to say, but you know that it's there. And that's what I feel like what this is.
Yeah, it's really hard to remember dreams once you wake up, right? They kind of start to fade away. So maybe just promise me that if you have any more of these dreams, no matter how bad or scary they might seem, that you tell me right away.
Oh, of course.
Okay, because
Because we're
I
friends,
think,
right?
yeah, and we make a pretty good team. So I think that Moose or powerful druid that wants all of humanity to suffer,
I don't like
we can,
them.
yeah, we can face it all though. But it'd be nice to know if it's coming, since these dreams seem to come true in one way or another.
There are two kinds of people. Those that would hurt and those that look to heal. And I think Ravicin is one of the people who want to hurt. They're not looking to try and make things better for anyone else other than themselves. That's why they told Friend to attack people, and I think that's why they've been asking the Moose to attack people as well. I think that she's being a wolf, and that she's making others scared to do what she needs to do, but not what's for the good of everyone.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hmm.
I'm glad that I'd like to think at least we're the type that want to heal. And as Lydia says this, Hart can see her very pale hands start to glow this dark violet with little specks of silver as just a little bit of magic wraps around her fingers and hand before fading away.
And Hart will pull out, like, he'll reach deep into his pocket, like, no, reach into the inside of another pocket, no, another pocket, till he pulls out a small seed, and he will take your hand and he'll, like, put the seed into the palm of yours, and he'll cast Druidcraft, and when he takes his hand away, there's a small flower that's there.
Lydia will tuck it into her hair.
And he'll just give you a big smile. Again, like one eye milked over, wicked scar, just dopey smile. And then go back to finger painting.
Sweet dreams, Hart.
Hopefully.
Lydia will go to bed.
Speaking of, Hart, you're walking through the woods, and you are following some tracks. You recognize them as moose tracks. And as you're walking along, you suddenly hear something echoing in the distance. It sounds like a woman screaming. It's just one sharp scream, and it kind of echoes through the woods for a moment. And it's quiet, and then you hear more screaming. And as you're following these tracks, the screaming is getting louder. And when you reach the place where the tracks are, you see two figures sort of huddled in the snow. And you realize that this woman screaming is not a woman at all. It's actually the scream of a vixen, an Arctic fox. And it's just sort of lying on its side in the snow, nursing something, a wound in its ribs. And examining that, you see that there is an arrow in the ribs of this fox. And there is another fox that is just sort of curled around it protectively. And the one on the ground is breathing hard. It's obviously suffering. And finally, it just stops and it falls limp in the snow. And the other one, like mournfully, like puts its head down on the other one, and it looks up at you, and it bares its teeth, and its teeth are blue. And then behind them, the trees, or rather the space between the trees, the snow between the trees, shifts. And you see an enormous four-legged creature beginning to move. And there is a guttural snort. And then you wake up.
I assume the rest of my party is asleep because I meditate for 4 hours, and each time he'll go to Kuori's desk, and like, he doesn't know if any of these notes are important. He just knows that he needs a paper So just like rip out of whatever book is there, dab his finger into an ink pot, and just start like drawing rudimentary shapes to help him remember this.
Those were very important notes.
Those are tax documents from last year.
Oh no.
What's
right,
a W2? I don't know how to read, but it says it in very large letters here.
You all will eventually wake up to find Hart either already finished with this or still. I mean, like, he probably won't be working on it for a full 4 hours, will he?
No.
Yeah,
no.
like he's probably already finished with that. What's
Yeah.
he doing when everybody else wakes up?
Standing over Lydia.
Oh no.
Hart, what are you doing?
Lydia told me that if I had any more of my dreams, that I should tell her about them as soon as I possibly could. And look! And he, like, clearly ripped piece of paper, odd shapes. Like, this is like petroglyphs on a piece of paper that have been drawn by an improper hand.
This is really neat. This is going on
Oh,
the
dear.
icebox, Mr. Hart.
Oh dear.
You know, I had
There was a
I had
fox.
loose paper.
There was a fox and it had a wound, and then there was another fox and it had blue teeth, and then there was a thing, and the thing snorted, and it was so mad.
Nature check on blue-teethed fox.
Sure.
Can I do one as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lydia's too groggy to do anything right now other than try and sit up and catch her breath from the heart attack that she was given from Hart just looming over her teeny tiny gnome body as she wakes up suddenly.
15.
18.
There is no known fox that has blue teeth.
Hmm.
Do I know any other, like, animal with blue teeth?
There is no animal that would naturally have blue teeth.
Okay.
It wasn't like
Dig.
the other ones. It wasn't like when I was walking underwater, or the one where there was the man hanging upside down, or the one that had the like large thing in the sky. This was, I don't know, it wasn't bad.
Are you okay? Do you need like help, Mr. Hart?
Well, yeah, that's what these two are for. And you, Mr. Rock.
Ah,
He gets dreams sometimes. They're a little prophetic.
I don't think I've told Kuori about that. I think I
Oh,
just told
I thought
Lydia.
this was a group conversation. I don't know what he's talking about.
all right.
No, it's Hart's been having dreams, and one of those dreams so far has kind of come true.
I dreamt that there was a man, or a thing that looked like a man that was hanging upside down in a tree, and their head was covered in red wax. And then their arms were like splayed out, and they were just like hanging there. They maybe having a good time, I'm not sure. But then the day after I had that dream, that's when we found Goose, who had his red hat pulled over him, and there was a lot of blood around him. And then when I told Lydia about that, she was really nervous because she called them prenomials? Premonitions. And then the other day I had a dream where I was walking along some ice, and then I opened my mouth, and then a thing came out, and then it went down, and I thought, that's weird, because if I was under the ice and not like on the upper side, but then we met Friend, and that was a good dream then, because we ended up meeting Friend, and they're important. So this one, sometimes like when I have dreams I'm not in full control. I don't know if that happens for you guys. If I was in full control, I would have tried to heal the fox that was hurt because it looked sad.
Did one of the fox died?
Yes? I don't know. I think.
just circling back to that underwater one. Wouldn't that mean you're standing underneath the ice upside down?
I was standing underneath the ice upside down.
Underneath the ice upside down. Okay.
And then you said you saw a monster. But it turns out
Well, I didn't see a monster. I saw a lot of bright lights, and then we encounter a
Oh.
monster, and I think I was the monster. Dreams are weird.
They will not
Yeah.
always make sense, but I am worried that if the ones that include death in your dreams mean actual death, then there's something. There might be an actual death of something. Can you remember any colors other than the blue teeth? The animals, were they certain
There's a lot of
colors?
snow. I
Yeah?
saw some green because trees.
Okay.
A little bit of red because it had an arrow wound
Blood,
in the
okay.
fox. And then there was a snort of a big thing.
Does it sound like a moose?
Could it have been the moose?
DM, could it have been a moose sound?
Yeah, probably. I feel like you've probably seen moose before.
Yeah, it sounded moose adjacent.
I, we have to find this woman. I would like to also keep an eye out on this moose. If this woman is awakening animals and making them attack other people, we might be able to dissuade them. Like friend. I do not wish to kill them, if possible. This is their home.
No, and also I don't think that we're going to be able to or we're not going to be able to convince her to stop. But if we can stop the creatures, then at least we're slowing her down a little bit.
Possible. I don't know what to expect from this woman, but if she's as bitter as friend said, it might be hard. And I'm assuming that to do the kind of magic that she does, she must be a very powerful druid.
I think we should have a safe word where if we're talking to her and we feel uncomfortable and we need to go or anything like that, we can just say the word and all start to leave without it being obvious to her. Or,
Well,
if
it
one of
might be
us gets...
obvious if someone screams the word out and we're just, okay, we're going to go.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe work it into a sentence or something.
Yeah. I'm not super duper sneaky at all. I
Don't have to be sneaky to speak a sentence, is that right?
No, but I was thinking that maybe one of us could at least not be visible with the group so that if something goes wrong, we've got sort of hidden backup. But I'm not super sneaky, so
That's true, but I also don't want anyone outside of the group because if the moose comes and before we reach her and the
you're
other
right, you're right.
person is.
I could help with that maybe. I could try and like think really hard about being like a mouse or a rabbit.
Yeah.
Try a mouse.
Well,
Rabbits are haunted here.
I don't want to do it now. I don't think I can do it very many times.
That's okay.
When needed. When needed.
Let's I think I'm overthinking it. We just need to go and keeping our eyes out for that moose.
I'm going to make some coffee first, yes?
Right, of course.
She gets her little grinder, her little stovetop espresso maker, pours the water, the espresso, puts it on top.
What's it called when it's like the little pot that you put on the stove top and then it boils up into the teeny one?
A percolator.
A percolator.
Okay.
I never remember the English word, but I can remember the Spanish word for it. So.
Nights in the courtyard for percolator, please.
Okay.
Oh no!
I hope everyone's writing all these down.
Yeah, I hope we're writing these down. We're never gonna remember them all.
Oh yeah, I got it. That's what most of my adventuring notes are. Just Nights in the Courtyard.
You're the best. All right. So when you guys head out today, what is your goal? How are you proceeding?
It's possible that if we find this moose, we might be able to find her. So we'll be hunting for moose tracks.
Sounds okay with me.
All right.
That's my second favorite ice cream.
I would like a survival check. I would like one survival check.
Can I assist Kuori?
Yes. Are you
proficient
in that?
I am proficient.
Okay. All right. Go for it. You can assist Kuori.
So I roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God, because that was a natural one. 19. 6. It was the first was a natural 1, which gave me a 3. It'll give me a
Excellent.
4.
Excellent. You find a set of moose tracks after about an hour of searching. And it takes you another hour until you come across a creature in the woods, but it is dark furred. It is a moose, but it is not a white one.
Could
Hart,
Rocky have gotten like up in the trees and like moved silently through them?
yeah.
Yes.
If
Hart.
any of our
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
animal speaking
Yeah. That was my
friends,
idea.
you might be able to ask this moose if it has seen a white moose.
Yeah, I could do that. Hart will expend a first level spell slot.
Okay.
Greetings, fair traveler.
This moose squares up as you're approaching, and you get the idea that it's like it's getting its like shoulders bunched, ready to like come at you if you're going to be a problem. But as you start to speak to it, it just kind of relax a little bit.
I
This
mean,
is a
I mean, you know harm, friend of the wood.
this is a cow moose, and she will say, in animal speak, not an awakened creature, that she means you no harm either. And so long as we can keep it that way, like we won't come at each other. We won't have to fight.
We have heard that one of your cousins is sick. The white one. We seek to cure them.
The land is sick.
And Hart just like very, very knowingly nods.
But if you seek to cure the white one, there's nothing that can melt the ice that is formed over his heart. He hates the people, and he will hunt them to his dying day.
And Hart solemnly nods and says, "Not everyone seeks to harm. We seek to help."
That means little to the white one.
Then where can we find them to prove that we mean them no trouble?
You will have to go to the hill,
And
but you cannot find it on your own.
will you help us?
I will not.
Then how shall we find them?
She kind of kneels down and sniffs at her tracks, and she says, "Find more tracks and follow them there."
Thank you, wise one. You have been most helpful. And Hart will give them a good berry.
Aw. She like hesitates a little bit, but then she steps forward, and you see her take it gently with her big old dumb moose lips, and she turns around and just kind of drops it on top of the snow, and it rolls a little bit, and you see a moose calf come out of the bushes and sniff at it, and then munch it up.
Worth. And then Hart will tell them thanks. And he will back up, making sure to like stay facing forward to these creatures. And then lets the rest of the party know we should follow the tracks that the moose where the moose came from. We need to go to the hill.
For a fact that even though she is a cow moose and doesn't have the antlers, she could really fuck you up.
Oh yeah, a moose is fucking huge. Like
it's like a bus with 4 legs and a bad attitude.
Yeah, it's like a skinnier buffalo.
Am Canadian. Can confirm. Terrifying.
Can't deliver package. Moose in driveway.
Oh no.
Yeah, Hart will let the rest of the party know, like, let's leave them be. 'Tis mama. We go other way.
Lantanor, thanks for the raid.
Oh, thank you, Lantanor.
Hi, Prof.
Hi, Prof. Oh, Hold on. Ah.
Bong.
I was all like, I feel like there's something that's supposed to happen here.
There we go.
While I'm up in the trees, can I keep like an eye out for other hunters?
Sure. Yeah, give me a perception check.
That's a 20 non-natural.
Okay, certainly. You're able to see people tracks in the snow, and you kind of like peer out through the woods, and you can like using your own like instincts as a guide, you can kind of intuit which direction they're going, and you know that they're going to be trying to keep quiet, since they're hunting, but like yeah, you can get a pretty good idea of which way they're going.
I'll point it out from my perch.
Hart
Alright.
will just trudge forward.
If you're
Could he-
going to look for more tracks,
Yeah.
then I need another check.
Okay.
Would I be able to assist?
Who's taking the lead?
I'll take the lead on this one.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm also gonna
Kuori.
guidance myself
Excellent.
because I
Kuori
can do that as a Circle of Stars druid. Yeah.
Sounds great. Kuori can give you advantage on this.
All right. Cool. So that's a 23.
Okay. That's great. You take another hour to find some tracks, and it is 3 hours before you are able to reach the end of them. However, before you get to the destination that these tracks are leading you to, let me double check one thing. Rocky and Hart, you both get the idea that you're being watched at about the same time.
Hart just sort of grips his quarterstaff a little bit tighter, and then loud enough for Lydia and Kuori to hear. What was our safe word?
We never made a safe
Never
word.
picked one.
Our safe word is safe word.
Safe word.
What?
What?
What's wrong?
Lydia's immediately like scanning, and again the like purple with flecks of silver is creeping up her fingers.
And it's about that moment when you hear a howl from further in the trees.
Doshabsa, thank you for the follow.
Bing!
Can I make an intimidation check?
You can try.
18.
What are you doing to intimidate?
It's the equivalent of a shepherd's call, but it turns like a high. It reaches a high octave before it fades down into a wail, reminiscent of like what his family does.
Okay. I think that you do that, and one of the howls just sort of cuts off, and everybody's sort of scanning the bushes. There is a slight movement from behind a tree, and there is a white wolf that seems to be taking a few steps back away from you, Rocky. But then you see the flash of eyes behind it, and another flash of eyes, and another, and another. And then there is growling, and then there is more movement as the pack goes in for the kill. And we will roll for initiative when we come back for break.
God, you can't trust dogs. And with that, hello, everybody. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. Hello, everyone. We have returned. Initiative has been rolled, and we are surrounded by wolves. Wings, take us away.
You're muted.
I know. I was. That's why I was saying, "Oh shit," and you couldn't hear me. Okay, so You are facing off against what looks like 4 wolves that are lunging in for the attack. I want to get an idea for the layout here. I'd say that Rocky's probably in the front since he just attempted a intimidation. What does the formation look like behind him of the party?
I would say I feel like Kuori would try to take that lead of positioning herself between her friends and any threat because
Mhm.
she is the bigger, whole like you make yourself bigger than the bear type of thing.
Gotcha. So
Um,
Kuori's probably right up next to
yeah,
Rocky.
yeah.
Okay. And then Hart and Lydia behind them.
Yep.
All
I
right.
wasn't up front. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, I would be very close behind Kuori, but like behind,
Okay.
hiding
Like you
behind
can
her
only see
thigh.
her if you like just
Yeah.
just like sneak a peek.
All right. Excellent. So at the top of the round, it is actually you, Lydia, and you do see these 4 wolves starting to close in on you guys.
Okay. And they appear very aggressive. I'm assuming.
Oh, for sure. Like growling and snarling and flecking at the mouth with foam.
You guys all now know how Hart feels about regular dogs.
Okay. Let's just see here. Does one would Lydia be able to sense if one was like an alpha type situation? Is there one that's like bigger or distinct in any way that she could see very quickly?
Sure. Give me a survival check.
Okay. 8.
It's probably that one.
Okay. So Lydia is going to look at the largest wolf that she can see out of the 4, and just from peeking out behind Kuori's leg, this sort of very gaseous bolt of purple energy heads in the direction of this wolf and surrounds its eyes and ears before going in, and she's going to cast command on this wolf.
All right. Can command work on a critter that has an intelligence of 3?
It needs to be able to understand you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it says it doesn't affect if it's undead. I shall retcon that and just instead do guiding bolt.
Yeah, it must have a language of some sort.
Okay.
Wolf is a language.
I see
In
no
all forms but
language.
physical.
If you speak
Language
with animals into
dash,
command,
dash.
So that is
Perhaps if these were awakened wolves.
In all forms except
Try and
physical.
talk your way out of all of your problems. I know what to expect from this group.
So
Give them things they can't talk to. Sorry, go ahead.
that is a natural 18 for a 23 to hit.
Excellent. That'll definitely hit.
Okay, so it's 4d6 of radiant damage, plus the next attack on it has advantage.
Roll it for me.
So 5, 13 points of damage.
That wolf's already dead.
And then I will use...
What does it look like when you just blast a wolf out of existence?
So the silver flecks in her purple magic grow long and pointed, almost as if they are daggers, and it hits the wolf right. It was about to awoo, and it hits it right at the base of the neck.
Oof, spooky. All right, it stumbles in the snow and just tumbles, and the rest of the wolves dart around it to continue the charge. But it is Rocky who is next.
Interact. He unclasps his cloak and throws it into the air. You see that he has 2 bandoliers that go across his chest and back, and they're all full of bone knives. He's gonna grab a handful of them and then throw one at a wolf. Does a 23 hit
Totally.
for 7 points of damage, and I'm going to make it my favorite foe.
Oh no.
So that's another D4. 3 points, and because I have a throwing weapon fighting style, I can launch another one as
Mhm.
part of the draw action.
Okay.
So does a natural 20.
It certainly hits. Are you going for the same wolf or a different one?
It's gonna same wolf.
Welcome to playing with RJ, Liz.
Hello.
Oh
That's 16 points total.
This wolf is more than dead. It's so dead. It's deader than it's twice as dead as the wolf from before.
Like,
so what does it look like when you kill this one?
when he had thrown up his cloak, you see that he's wearing a short sleeve shirt, and as he rears back, you see the muscles tense in his arm, and he just throws it. It pierces straight through, and then the bone knife shatters against the tree behind it.
Nice. So that wolf also goes tumbling through the snow. The other two wolves kind of hesitate a little bit, and they begin stalking around you, back and forth. Kuori, it is your turn. However, you hear howls behind you. It seems that those two wolves are not the only ones left. Muted.
I am muted. I will turn around. How many wolves do I see?
You see 3 wolves darting towards you.
Wolves.
Actually, darting towards Hart.
Oh, I'm going to move forward and move in front of Hart,
Mm-hmm.
making sure I'm using myself as a meat shield, and then I take out a long sword that has a similar uh way of similar make to the ones that she had on her wall,
Mm-hmm.
and a shield, and she's going to try and hit this wolf, the first wolf that comes to attack.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
All right, that'll hit.
Oh, I can reroll ones and twos. um, 9 points of damage, but I'll do an accent surge to hit again.
Okay.
15.
All right. Dead.
15 to hit?
Oh, 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
you're
I
fine.
thought you were saying 15 damage.
No, another 9, so that's a total of 18 damage.
All right. Dead. As I said. Dead wolf.
She kind of takes the shield that she has on one arm and like hits the wolf, like so it moves and like its understomach is open as it kind of falls over, and then just kind of she doesn't want to do it like painfully, so she just real quick turns the sword and stabs it in the heart, and then just takes out the sword
Gotcha.
and stands in front of Hart again.
All right. There are still 2 swords on that side, so you have 4 wolves on basically 2 wolves on one side and 2 wolves on the other. And I think that this group of wolves now begins to hesitate as well as they begin to smell the blood of their brethren. Let me just double check something real quick. There it is. Okay. Yes. 3 wolves have perished. They seem to be rethinking this particular attack. Hart, it is your turn.
Hart is going to... Oh, God. Yeah, he's going to look at the one that is farthest away.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to reach into... It looks like he's just kind of folding his wrist, but he brings up what looks like a piece of briar. Like, it's old dead briar at this point. Again, it's the winter times forever. So the fact that he has a piece of what was once greenery is something to behold. And he like flicks it forward and is going to have it extend up to 30 feet to use the Thorn Whip cantrip on the wolf that is farthest away.
Okay.
Does 9 hit?
It does not.
All right. He whips out, then he like takes a few. So we have wolves on the left and the right.
Yes.
Okay, he is going to take several steps back away from said wolves, so that way his party members are between him and the wolves.
All right.
And he'll yell for Lydia to run because the two of them were together.
So you basically like make yourself the baby bison in this situation. You get in the middle of your friends.
Yes.
All right. So like as you whipped out with that thorn whip, I think that these wolves were already hesitating a little bit. So this one just kind of like jumped back and it like cracked in front of it. And you see that the wolves all just kind of like look at each other. And like it seems all of the fight has gone out of them. You see one by one, each wolf begins to dart away and abandon this particular ambush. The wolves retreat.
Did any of them, like, Hart's going to go around to the ones that died and start checking their teeth and ask, did anyone notice blue teeth on these?
I don't think so. Is everyone okay?
Think so.
Did anyone get hurt?
Rocky's cloak floats down from the air and he grabs it and swishes it on. Oh, I'm
That's
fine.
That's some nice magic you have there, Mr. Rock.
What?
That's some nice magic you have there, Mr. Box of Rocks.
That wasn't magic.
What?
I just throw things really hard.
Kuori can throw things really hard too.
Yes? Sorry, I thought you said your cloak was floating.
No, like this only took 6 seconds.
Okay.
His
For some
cloak
reason,
is-
I heard my cloak floating in the air. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, he had tossed his cloak up and then like within 6 seconds he just grabs it again and just flicks it
Okay,
on.
Yeah,
I
it
am
never actually
understanding
hit the
now
ground.
what is happening. My bad. I like the way you throw knives.
Hart, you didn't find any blue-toothed wolves. You do see some yellow-toothed wolves and maybe some red-toothed wolves from the blood, but nothing blue.
Hart feels good about what we did here today. He's going to like go around and like clap Kuori on the back and just, that was incredible. Good job. No dogs today. We live to fight another one.
Right, well, you only do it when they're attacking you.
You guys are my best friends. Yes, including you, Box of Rocks.
Oh, hey, Jinx. Is a 21 good enough to get a couple of teeth out of these wolves?
Sure, absolutely.
A souvenir.
I would actually
Thank
also like to like kind of like take like a few teeth, if I may.
All right. Yeah, you guys can spend like maybe about an hour
You guys can keep the teeth. I'm good.
collecting exactly what you're looking for from
Hart
these
is
wolves.
appalled.
If I could, I would bring them back and skin them. This is pretty good fur.
That's how you pay the crows.
So
Indeed.
I can leave the
Don't
meat,
take them.
but this is pretty good fur. Got
Well,
the
if
pretty
we just
copper
remember
fur.
where they are, we can always come back to them because it's cold enough that the meat's gonna stay fresh.
Yes, but the carrion birds are going to start,
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they will tell their other wolf friends not to mess with us, and we can just keep looking for this moose.
Or they come back in force.
I'm
Let's
not
keep
scared of
looking for
little
this
wolves.
moose. Right, let's keep looking for this moose. Yeah.
All right, you continue to follow the moose tracks. And as you are walking, you walk much farther than you had to when you were following the previous moose. I think I said before, this takes a total of 3 or 4 hours to finally reach the destination. And after some time passes, you're sort of walking through the trees, and then it starts to kind of feel like you're seeing the same trees over and over again. And you get like a really like strong gut feeling that you're going the wrong direction, that if you keep on walking you're going to get lost, that maybe you should turn around or turn left or turn right or go a different direction, anywhere but the direction you're going right now.
If we do
However,
get that feeling, Rocky's going to take a knife and just etch a small arrow on the side of a tree.
mm-hmm. However, the moose tracks, just clear as day, continue in that direction.
I, if possible, am going to ask, or see if I can possibly ask my Chewinga companion to just stay on the lookout.
Okay. Your Chewinga companion will stroll sort of pompously out from behind your antler, and you will see that it now has fashioned a very long beard out of the fur that it has stolen from Rocky's coat, and it's just sort of stroking it pontificately.
Good word.
We've had this conversation already.
We had it during Nights at the Courtyard. Not everybody listens to that.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, he'll just continue following who's ever in lead. If ever a survival check comes up, I'll guidance them.
Okay. You choose to continue following the moose tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
Hart's.
Right. That feeling grows stronger and stronger, and you come to realize that this can't be like something that's coming from you. Like this is an external source. And as you're walking, at some point, that feeling just goes away. Like you reached a point of tension, like you were trying to walk through a bubble, and then suddenly that bubble just popped and it's gone, and all of that anxiety just immediately, like snow on the wind. And you look forward, and as though it came out of nothing, you see a hillside with a circular indentation in it. Rising from the middle of this circle is a triangular object made of what appears to be crystal or ice. And it's just beautifully carved and about 20 feet tall. There is a 10-foot high berm hugging the circle's eastern edge that has evergreens growing around and atop it. I looked up what a berm is, and it's like a man-made flat bit on a hill. Do you know, Lydia?
Oh no, sorry. I was
sorry. I saw a hand raise.
We got raided by Featherfall, so thank you, Raiders.
Thank you, Raiders. We've got a couple of vocabulary words for you, Raiders. A berm is a man-made flat bit on a hill. And does anybody know what a gnomon is?
No.
No.
Gnomon.
No.
You're not Jamaican.
A gnomon, Gnomon. It is the part of a sundial that casts the shadow. And you will come to find that is what that triangular crystal thing in the middle of this circular indentation in the hill is. And it describes it as a gnomon before you get to it. And I'm all like, what the fuck is a gnomon? Well,
stop using words we don't know.
Rocky's just going to pick Lydia up. Nomoth? Gnomon.
Excuse me. Please put
Sorry.
me down.
You don't pick her up without her permission, sir.
Sorry,
Lydia will just kind
breaking joke.
Robo Raygun, Featherfault, and 80s Rule. Thank you for the follows.
All right. So yes, a 10-foot high berm hugging the circle's eastern edge has evergreens growing around and atop it, sheltering what looks like a sarcophagus buried under snow and enclosed by a half circle of pale blue crystal pillars. North of the berm is a delicately carved gazebo made of marble, and south of the berm is a row of outward facing white marble statues atop granite pillars. And I know I just described a lot of things, and you might be thinking to yourself, gosh, I sure wish I had a visual aid.
Yeah,
And I will be glad to provide that. So here you go.
please.
I attack the gazebo.
It's impervious, it's a gazebo.
My God.
My-
Nights in the courtyard. That's also written down.
So are we where these stairs are? Excuse me.
Well, you know what? Roll me a dice of any sort.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll roll you a d8.
I'll roll you a
6.
D17.
6.
D24.
All right. Since it's even, you are approaching from the south. So what you see, basically from this
Okay.
side, is 6. You see 6 elven statues standing kind of lined up on the side of this hill. And there is a small opening right around E2 right there. And you can sort of see that crystal structure inside. What do you do?
This looks like magic bullshit to me, but who am I to know?
Yeah, I feel like Hart would walk forward, and after like a certain distance, just like, this place feels different.
Yeah. There must have been a reason why it was telling us to not come here.
As you begin to approach, there is a beam of light that just appears out of nowhere and strikes somewhere inside of the circle, and it remains there for some time.
Do you think it has anything to do with that? Or the sarcophagus?
Hart, give me a survival check,
Oh.
or a nature check, or an arcana check.
You know what?
You know, all those intelligence-based checks that you definitely are good at.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And unless anything is survival based or animal handling, the most I get is a +3. So you're
Okay.
looking at a cap of 8.
All right. You get a strange feeling of familiarity about this. You're pretty sure that that's magical, and you're pretty sure that that's your kind of magic, but you're not entirely certain what it is. Kuori could also give a check if she would like.
What was it? What kind of check?
Arcana, survival, nature,
Arcana. Okay.
or something else if you can justify it to me.
I'll do Arcana because it's magic, and I also have +5 in it. 18 +5, 23.
Okay, that is unmistakably someone casting a moonbeam inside, and that tells you two things: that there is someone in there, and that they are casting magic.
All right. Where did you say the moonbeam was hitting? Is it
Somewhere in the northern part of that circle,
okay?
which you haven't really gotten a good enough look at to realize what's in there, but it's in the northern part.
She will explain what is happening, and say that we should approach carefully. Moonbeam, if I'm not mistaken, Hart, that's usually a druid spell, correct?
Also a very powerful spell.
Now that she's mentioned it, yeah, you would know what that is, Hart.
Gotcha. Okay.
This might be the Ravina. I forgot her name.
Ravicin.
Ravicin. Dyslexia.
Just in
worries.
case this Ravicin isn't friendly, do you want me to make myself scarce?
She's not going to be friendly.
Do you want me to make myself scarce to get like a...
That would be smart, yes.
Like the wolf.
I'm hungry like the wolf.
I don't understand.
But yes, make yourself scarce, please.
26. Jumps into the snow like a gopher.
Rocky's gone. Can't hear you, Lydia.
I think that Lydia would just sort of try her best to do a like cursory check and notice if she sees any other movement whatsoever other than the moonbeam itself.
After about the duration of a moonbeam, that moonbeam goes away.
Does it look like it was hitting a specific spot on the sundial?
Yes. Though I don't know if you're close enough to identify it as a dial of any sort yet.
Right. Okay.
I would like to approach carefully.
Okay.
I
Give
will
me.
put myself in front of the people.
Are you doing this stealthily?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be following behind as well.
I would like some stealth checks then.
I have disadvantage on stealth and only a +1.
I'll give you guidance.
Does that give me a flat roll?
Gives you an additional +4 or a +1 d4 like it does from Connie.
Okay, I don't think it'll help, but I'll roll it. I now have a 5.
Oh no.
Oh wait, no, I got 5 plus 2. I had 7.
Plus a d4.
No, that was with the D4.
Oh!
Yeah. I got 5.
Lydia rolled a natural 2 with +1 is a 3.
My goodness, this must be quite a sight to see.
Oh dear.
Is Hart moving forward as well, or is he staying where he is?
So Hart was, he got an 11, which I didn't think would be the highest of the group.
Okay. All
We're
right.
level 2.
Yeah, I understand. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a
Okay,
problem.
Why
that's
would
gonna
we?
make me worry about it.
No.
But she's just going to come up around. I would say the left side.
Okay. As you approach, you do see all of those statues lined up, and when you get closer, their features are worn by like what seems to be years and years of wear and tear of ice and wind on it. But you can see that they are all facing towards the south, and they all have pointed ears underneath their helmets. And as you get closer, you do get the feeling that they must be a part of some sort of magical ward on this place. I think that you know enough about magic that you can ascertain that this is the source of that instinctive feeling of turn back. And it's probably why the cow moose said you wouldn't be able to find it, because that's what this tomb does. It just turns you away.
Okay.
Thank you,
So-
Two Socks 5 and Rebellio RPG for the follow.
My
it's actually
goodness.
only one sock, and it's the computer sock.
It's 2 Socks 5, so that means 10 socks? 2 Socks, join our Discord and let us know.
That's too much sock
Please.
math for me.
Too many socks.
Never too many socks. You can just only have one at a time.
All right, but yes, you approach. You reach this entrance. You look to your left, and you see what appears to be a door, but there is no handle or anything that like indicates that you'd be able to open it from this side. But it has hinges on it. It is very clearly a door.
Can I push it?
Yeah, you can like kind of like bulge your giant Goliath muscles and like give it a good shove. And it creaks a little bit. You can hear like the ice crackling on the surface of it, and a little bit of snow rains down on your shoulders and just sort of sloughs off. It's not budging.
It's not budging. Maybe it is a pull door, but there's no
Is there
handle.
any sort of like inscriptions or mechanism that I can see?
No. It is just a flat stone door, like carved clearly enough to indicate that it is a door. But
How? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, go on.
Just how tall is the
About elf
door?
height. About elf height.
So
like,
can I see over it?
I mean, seeing over it would be looking up a hill. It's a door that is set into the side of a hill. If you look north,
Oh,
you are
okay,
close
okay.
enough now to see that this crystalline structure is in the middle of what appears to be a dial of some sort. There are phases of the moon inscribed on the ground in a circle around this dial. And you can see that the light of the moon is shining through the crystal and indicating what phase the moon is actually in.
Okay.
And how close is Lydia? So Lydia, Hart, and Kuori are all in the same sort of space. And how close would that be to the actual face of the sundial?
Like looking at the map where it says
Yes.
E2, that's exactly where you're standing.
Okay.
So is this door to the left of E2 or is it the opening up front?
It's to the left.
Okay.
Like it's a door going into the side of the mountain there.
Okay, and then we saw the moonbeam where E5 is in the sundial, right?
Yes. If you were looking at it and trying to remember exactly where the moonbeam struck, like kind of like put your thumb out, like remember where it went. It was directly on where the full moon is on the dial. Now looking into this moon dial area, you can actually see that there is a rough hall that hall. Wow, that's not a word. I mean, it is a word, but it's not the word I'm looking for. I combined wall and
not this word.
There is a rough hole in the wall in the northwest edge of the depression, creating a dark opening that leads under the hill.
Okay.
Lydia is going to position herself sort of behind Kuori, and as far away from the dial as possible. She's just sort of clasping her little raven medallion that holds her cloak together, and is just absentmindedly rubbing it.
Yeah, Kuori will make sure that her friends are behind her and Lydia is close to her. And Hart is safe as well, like just like near her enough so like if he tries to run off, she can just nope, just yeet. No, it's yoink. My bad. It's yoink. And then she will kind of look through the hole that you mentioned, see if they can make it through there.
Yep. You can look into the hole, and you just see darkness within. Hart, what are you doing? And likewise, Rocky.
So Hart is following Lydia and Kuori.
Mm-hmm.
He is like doing his best to stay sneaking, but I feel like this is the Gallivant sneaking. We're sneaking. We're forging a nasty plot. Like we're all just like kind of like creeping
Don't be
forward.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Exactly.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
We're off on a
This is
secret
courtyard.
mission. A mission to kill the king.
Exactly. I feel like that is what is going on right now. We are
Okay.
entering into the area with the sundial piece.
Mm-hmm. As you're creeping along, I think that you just kind of like see something out of the corner of your eye on the moon dial itself that like piques your interest a little bit, and then you think to yourself, I can't read, and then you realize, oh, wait a second, I can, because it is written in Elvish. And you probably didn't think that you could read before, but for some reason, these squiggles on the dial are making sense to you.
Getting something from this.
Rocky's patrolling the perimeter, keeping the party in sight.
Okay.
But also he's humming his own theme song.
Tag yourself. Which kind of sneaker are you?
Nike, just
Skechers.
I do this to myself, really. Okay, so
New Balance.
you see inscriptions on the moon dial Hart. There is one on each half moon, and they both say the same thing, and it is unlock the tombs of the half moon. And there is one on the full moon inscription, and it says gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered. The moonlight is currently resting on, I'd say, looking at the visual aid, it's pointing towards the crescent moon. I'll say that's exactly where it's resting, and it is a crescent moon right now.
Look upon your true face and get 7 questions answered?
Gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered.
Gaze upon your own face and have 7 questions answered.
And unlock the tombs of the half moon.
Kuori! Kuori!
Yes.
I don't know what this means.
It must be some sort of riddle.
Can you understand squiggles like this?
I cannot.
'Cause it says a thing.
I thought you couldn't read.
I didn't know I could either. But wait, is this reading?
Yes, that's what's reading
Oh
is.
my god, I can
You're
read.
reading, Hart. You're reading.
He knows
I'm so
his letter.
proud. I'm so proud.
I'm
I
so
can't
proud
even
as
read
well.
that. Wait, can I read that?
It says, look upon your own face.
I can read that.
Oh my gosh.
Lydia speaks Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Gnomish. So
Wait. No, okay, no. I can't.
you're reading. I'm so proud.
Water.
What?
Thank you, Satan. Nights in the courtyard.
It's in the courtyard.
Okay.
So Hart and Lydia now are both reading Elven.
All right. Yeah, no, there are only 3 inscriptions. There's one on each half moon that say the same thing, and then the full moon inscription.
Does it sound like familiar at all to Lydia? Like, is this something that she would have come across before? Or does it seem just like a riddle?
It seems like a riddle of some
Can
sort.
we get that in chat, please?
Absolutely. It seems as though you don't necessarily, if this is a puzzle, you don't have all the pieces yet.
It seems like a riddle, but it is missing a few parts, I assume? Possibly?
Let me just delete the answers to these riddles before I send them.
No.
Are you sure?
Leave it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
leave that
yeah.
part.
For continuity's sake.
No, it's fine.
For the rest of the class, come on.
I don't feel like sharing. Rocky, you are kind of circumnavigating this hill.
Mm-hmm.
You do find a set of stairs that reaches up to the berm. And you see on that berm, there are those crystal pillars, as well as what appears to be a sarcophagus, and also that gazebo to the north.
And sorry, how many statues did you say there were?
There are 6 statues to the south.
Okay,
but,
so 6. You count.
But Rocky, you do see that there is one more statue on the northernmost part of this berm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If I take a peek into the gazebo, what's inside of it?
Looking into the gazebo, you see a brazier. In the middle of the gazebo sits an unlit stone brazier, its bowl 20 inches in diameter. The brazier is full of snow and pine needles, and the wind have swept away from the gazebo's... Yeah, that the winds have swept away from the gazebo's polished marble floor.
Thank you, Dumpstat Tall Stars, for the raid.
Holy
Raiders.
shit.
Yeah.
Where are you
Tonight's the
all
night.
Thank you, Raiders!
Yeah!
All right, here we go.
Nice. Good one.
Hey,
That was a good one.
you like those bongs?
Stay hydrated,
Sorry.
everybody.
I was trying to parse out the name of the raiders, but there's a 20-inch brazier,
Mhm.
Deep.
Yes. In the middle of a gazebo, unlit stone brazier. Its bowl 20 inches in diameter. The brazier is full of snow and pine needles. And that's all you see within the gazebo.
If he gingerly steps in and like tries to clear out the pine needles and snow,
Mm-hmm.
any traps?
No.
He'll poke up the side of the berm and peek over to Kuori and the rest of them. Hey guys.
Sad.
What is it?
Woohoo!
Caca!
What is it?
There's like a gazebo here with a brazier, and I think I can light it if you guys want to get a little warm.
Maybe we
Don't touch
don't light
anything.
it.
Or can I
Maybe other
see-
people will see it and then come here and then want to fight us. But there is a riddle here.
I can read Elvish.
Can you?
I can.
Gosh, everybody can. Yeah,
I
you
d-
see
I
what's
chose
written
the
there.
common languages, so I speak Elvish, Dwarf, and Gnome.
Those are good languages to have, I'd say. You have not examined this sarcophagus yet.
Well, there
That
are
seems dangerous.
7 statues out here, and it says 7 questions, and we just need to find a place to... Hey, if we fill the brazier with water, we could see our reflections.
That is true.
That's-
Let's how did you get up there?
Stairs. Actually, I walked around, but there's also stairs.
Look, let's go to stairs.
He lets go of the side of the berm and falls into the snow and disappears again.
Okay. Do you all climb up the stairs to go and examine this sarcophagus?
Oh, they're...
Oh,
Or what are you doing?
Is that where the brazier is as well?
I think we
the
were going
brazier?
to the gazebo.
The brazier's in the gazebo. Okay, so you're going to the gazebo.
Yes. A gazebo.
Gesundheit.
Okay. Let's go to the gazebo first. Yeah.
Yep, it has. You can see that there were some pine needles and snow in there, but it seems that Rocky has cleared them out. It is just a nice, smooth, polished, like hemisphere in the bottom of this gazebo. But it's pretty clear that something is supposed to be burned here.
Maybe not fill it up with water.
No,
We
Have-
don't. Go ahead.
I think it has something to do with the statues. Maybe their faces. Do they look? Lydia will walk over. Do they look humanoid or
They are humanoid, but
elven? Yeah.
very clearly elven, with the pointy ears sticking out of their helmets.
I do not speak Elvish. Elven.
Is there any inscription or anything on the statues? Do they all look the same? Do they look different?
I'd say that the statues themselves probably have like runes on them that you would recognize as warding, and like most of them say things like "place of solitude," "traveler turn away," "leave in peace," "tread not here."
Well, we're already
Okay.
not doing the right thing apparently, so.
Okay. And Lydia will just like try to go and read the inscriptions again, but like leaning over the sundial so she doesn't like put her feet on it, and is like trying to tread very carefully.
Yep.
And she'll just sort of pull Hart aside and just sort of say like, was any of this in your dream?
No, that was just foxes. There was an arrow in one, and then it started yelling. But I haven't... That was about a moose, I think.
Right.
This is so.
I just feel very uneasy.
Hart, you will see a red cardinal, kind of alight on the side of the berm, and just kind of look at you guys briefly, and then it flies into the hole in the wall. And you see a lighter colored one, which you recognize as the female of the species, also fly in.
I don't think that being out here is what's going to solve our issue. Cardinals or corvids? Are they? I don't remember. But they're kind birds. They might be a little rude to each other, but those two went into some place that we haven't been able to find yet.
Okay.
If Ravicin is controlling animals, chances are she will be where only animals can go.
Right. And how
We follow the birds then.
do you want to try and talk to them first, Hart?
Well, if I can find them, I will. And Hart will ritual cast Speak with Animals, and then go up to the bird hole,
Amazing.
and then just
No hands.
All right. You poke your head into this dark hole, and your eyes begin to adjust to the darkness. And you see within this spacious chamber, tucked under the hill, it's strewn with bones, and it holds the sleeping forms of several harmless animals, just foxes, hares, goats, owls, wolf pups, young bears. They all seem to share this space peacefully. And you can see that there are the two birds are alongside a variety of other kinds of birds, and it seems that some seed has been scattered for them, and they are just munching at that, pecking away.
yeah. Hart will.
And everything kind of like looks up at you briefly, and then like seems to not register you as a threat, and they all just kind of go back to snoozing or munching, whatever they were doing before.
Hart will, while focusing on Speak with Animals, the rest of you see him like start like getting near the hole, and like his head's in it, he probably has an arm in it, and he starts to like Winnie the Pooh himself, and his body just shrinks, and his quarterstaff becomes a small little tail, and he will just turn into the ittiest bittiest mouse, and then just boop.
And he's gone. He's also a mouse.
Oh
The
dear.
little mouse still has antlers. They are
Aw.
very tiny, but they are still there.
All right. As a mouse, you creep into this hole. The hole is large enough for you to like get into as a humanoid, but if you're still cool with being a mouse, that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, all right, you mouse your way in there. What's the plan, buddy?
I'm gonna start asking around. Be like, what are all of you doing here? I say in my little mouse speech.
All right, who do you go to first?
I'm gonna go. Are there other mice?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that they would be next to the birds munching on the seeds that have been scattered.
I will say to my other mice, I followed the birds here.
Okay.
Is this a safe place?
Yeah, they all enthusiastically agree. They're like, yes, you'll be safe here.
What makes it so safe that those that would eat us, we are able to sleep alongside?
This place was blessed by the two legs who lived here long ago, and now no other two legs can walk here.
And Hart will nod. Say, have any two legs graced this place?
Well,
Or befouled, not graced. Out of character, am's a two leg. So
Yeah,
sorry, that bled through a little bit.
sure. Only two. But the one of them died not too long ago. The other one still scatters seeds for us.
What do they go as?
I don't think that unawakened animals understand things like names.
Understandable. And I think Hart will just like go around, he'll talk to the birds
Mm-hmm.
and like ask the same general questions of like, what are you doing here with with things that would eat you?
Basically, you get the idea that they have all agreed that this is going to be a safe place, that this is a place that we can all come together, and there's kind of an unspoken agreement that we do not fight each other here. Like this is a place for us to be calm and peaceful.
Hart will say, I bear news
Mm-hmm.
of the arrival of those that would walk upon two legs. If they do not bear arms, for I know they are healers, not harmers, would you allow them to tread upon this sacred place?
We would allow that, yes. We have no problem with that.
And Hart,
Do not let the white one see them.
where is the white one now?
They kind of point backwards, and you see that there is a path that leads away. And as you look there, your little mouse hackles raise a little bit as you feel like you're being like looked at in in a not so nice way, in a way that means that maybe somebody is going to try and eat you or something. And you look around trying to find the predatory eyes, and you see that there is a white fox that is just glaring at you. And it kind of squints its eyes a little bit.
Hart's small mouse eyes will narrow towards them.
Mm-hmm.
And Hart will bare its teeth towards the fox.
The fox will stick its tongue out at you, and its tongue is blue.
Hart then just like idly scampers away, creeps up back out of the hole, comes up to the rest of the group, and he just grows up from being a mouse and says, "They are willing to let us pass. There are many creatures beyond this wall who should, by all means, be devouring each other, but they are not. Be warned. One fox in there has a blue tongue. I don't know if that is indicative of my dream, but I do know that it was rather rude about the entire exchange, and I do not trust them."
Hart doesn't like being looked at.
Do not perceive.
I do not perceive me! I don't like being looked upon. And then Hart will, he will be the first to enter the humanoid-sized hole.
All right. You have to kind of duck to get your antlers in.
And he will, like, point to his horns, like, make a, like, he's gonna Chris Pratt it. Like,
Yeah.
arms out.
Everything does just kind of like look at you. Like they're giving you the eyes, like, you know, it's all like, hey, peace treaty. Like, right? Peace treaty? Peace treaty. Yeah.
White flag.
You do notice that the white fox is gone though.
If it is still within the 10 minutes, Hart, because Speak with Animals lasts that long, Hart will ask one of the creatures, where did that one go?
Um, as you say that, you hear a snort come from that hallway that they mentioned where the white one was. And you look up and you see a imposing figure. Larger than you feel should be possible and white as snow. There is an enormous bull moose. And you see that there is blood caked in various places on his body. And standing on his shoulders, looking very smug, is that white fox.
Hart,
Oh,
Hart's eyes go big as he is the only one who has entered into this room.
You see the moose begin to paw at the ground.
Hart, are you okay in there?
We need to get back. Get away from the wall. Everyone get away from the wall. And he's like
The moose
making...
begins
Leaving
to
you
charge.
Yeah, he
Roll
is
me some
making his
initiative.
way out of this intermediary
Initiative?
area. And
The moose
very
is beginning to
calmly-
charge. I need some initiative.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
18.
Metal is
16.
fuck 20.
16 from Kuori, 16 from Lydia,
18 from Kuori.
18 from Kuori. All right, and from Hart?
Metal is fuck 20.
I'll go ahead and sort this range. Alrighty. No, sort it the other direction. This moose, however large it is, seems to be pretty slow. So you all have a chance to move before it gets to you. What are you doing?
Would I be
I
able?
guess we'll start with Hart.
Okay. Hart will... He gets out of...
Everybody else is kind of in the doorway.
Yeah, he'll like get out of the doorway and stumble past his friends. And then he is going to... When this creature clearly breaks through this barrier, he is going to prepare an earth tremor.
Okay.
So
Alright.
when it comes barreling past, it has to make a dex save or it is knocked prone.
All right. Rocky, what are you going to do?
Are we attacking?
There is a fox. Do not trust it. The white moose is with it, perhaps under the influence of the fox. Remove the fox first, and we can deal with the moose later.
Gonna snipe the fox.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
Please don't kill it. This is sacred ground.
Oh, for sure it hits.
Could I have thrown my dagger so that it's like butt side to do bludgeoning instead of piercing?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're trying to do non-lethal.
Yeah, typically you can't do non-lethal on range though, so that's up to DM discretion.
All right, go for it.
6 points of damage.
All right. Well, that will definitely take out its 2 hit points, and 4 of its actual hit point pool, as this fox falls off the back of the moose and tumbles to the ground in a bundle of furs and hair and what appears to be these hooked ice daggers. And she rolls to her feet and hisses at you, and you see that her teeth, mouth, tongue, lips, they're all stained blue. You have revealed Ravicin the druid.
As a bonus action, Rocky's eyes go predatory red as he casts Hunter's Mark on Ravicin.
Well, shit. Okay.
He's gonna move out of the doorway.
This just got interesting. All right, Kuori.
Well, fuck. I will. I don't know what to do. We're not killing anyone. They're just hitting. Okay.
You can kill her now.
No, we can kill her now. We can kill her now.
Yeah, if it was a fox, like a regular ass fox, no, but no, you can kill this one.
Okay. You're just gonna go and hit the Ravisa.
You're gonna run in towards Ravicin,
Ravicin.
who is
And
behind
the
the
moose.
who is behind the moose.
Oh no. I will try to do non-lethal damage to the moose.
All right, you're going to run up and engage with the moose. I like the what is happening here is that the moose is in the middle of charging towards you guys. But since it's not going to get a chance to actually like do its full movement before it gets to you, you're basically going to like negate its charging damage.
Okay.
So what this looks like is that the two of you charge towards each other and then you just collide.
Yeah, with my shield up. She's just body slamming this giant ass
Oh,
moose.
for sure. Like you get your shield up and it just like clack. There's a loud sound as your shield makes contact with its enormous pointy antlers. So go ahead and give me an attack.
Okay. 22.
Definitely hits.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
And again, trying to do non-lethal because I don't want to kill it.
All right.
Trying to get to this fucking blue mouth bitch.
All right.
Way too many Jolly Ranchers.
Lydia, it's your turn.
Lydia is going to try and stand as centralized to the entire party as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then she is going to use her channel divinity to cast Twilight Sanctuary, which, so that everybody knows, because this will affect here it is. I'm sorry. So everyone within a 30-foot radius of me, that of my choosing. So I'm gonna include the small animals that Hart was talking about, just in case any of them get hurt. But whenever it moves with me, lasts for a minute until I'm incapacitated or die. And whenever a creature, including myself, ends its turn in the sphere, it can either gain 1d6 plus 2 of temporary hit points or end one effect on it, such as Charmed or Frightened. So every time you guys end a turn within 30 feet of me, you will be able to get 1d6 plus 2 temporary hit points. So yeah. So you see just this very faint cloud start pouring out of the raven's crest that holds Lydia's jacket together, that fills the air and makes the room just a little bit darker, but in a welcoming way, as you and it does go to the small creatures as well. It excludes the moose and Ravicin.
Excellent. Anything else on your turn?
I am going, like I used my movement to just position myself, not necessarily in the doorway, but as close as I could get where I was within 30 feet of everybody.
Excellent. So for what it sounds like to me is that Kuori is inside the barrow. Rocky is kind of standing in the doorway where he can throw knives and such. And Lydia and Hart are standing on the outside.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, in that case, as this like is clearly starting to turn into a fight, and the sanctity of this peaceful area is starting to like become, not so more. Gosh, words are failing me tonight. The sanctity of this peaceful area has been violated. You can see that all of the animals are stumbling to their feet, waking up out of their slumbers, beginning to kind of crowd and move towards the exit to try and get out of here. Birds are flying by your head, Rocky. There is all kinds of an uproar in here as they are fleeing. And meanwhile, this moose, who has like his huge head just like digging into your shield, Kuori. He's going to rear back on his enormous hooves, and you see him start to stumble backward. He is going to try and retreat for another charge. Go ahead and give me a opportunity attack.
15.
A 15 will hit this creature.
Okay. I can. That was a 1, but I can reroll once. Cause I'm a great. So that'll be 7 points of damage.
Okay. This, he does not look very hurt at all. Like, this is definitely like beating into his flesh, and he may be bruised later, but there is no physical indication that he's been harmed.
That's fair.
So he rears back, stumbles back a little ways, and then he like hunches down and continues to step back until he's 20 feet away from you, and then he uses the rest of his movement to charge you.
That's fair.
Let's see.
I
Would
do that too,
this
yes.
would this trigger the readied action that I had, which was my Earth Tremor spell?
Sure.
Okay. So it needs to make a dexterity save.
Okay. The dex save is going to be a 10, just a flat 10.
That fails. So
Okay.
it is knocked prone and takes 1d6 of bludgeoning damage as it tries to charge Kuori.
Okay. He would have had he would have had advantage on that since he is sure-footed.
Okay.
Would a 15 make it?
Fuck yeah, it would. He
All
takes
right.
nothing.
Damn it.
Or I think
Here he-
maybe half. No, it's fine.
Here he comes for to attack Kuori with his antlers.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Does a 14 hit you, Kuori?
No.
Okay. So he comes running at you, and I think that you just dig in your heels and you like reach up and actually even just grab his antlers before they are able to do anything. You
Grab
slide
the
several.
moose by the antlers.
Exactly. You just slide several feet back, and then like just push it back forward, and you're just holding him there. And the two of you are looking at each other, and the look that he's giving you is intelligent, and it is filled with hatred. On Ravicin's turn, she's gonna kind of stand up and like rub her shoulders, like she's brushing all of the dirt and snow off of her, and all of the animals are just freaking out around her. And she's gonna look at you, Rocky, and she's gonna say, all you guys are the same. And she's gonna snap her fingers, and a cloud of fog just fills this entire barrow. You can hear the animals still panicking, but now they no longer can see where they're going. You hear footsteps, the padded footsteps of her leather-booted feet running past you. Kuori, you've already used your reaction. You haven't had a turn since then, right? No, I don't think so. But Rocky, however, you can do a attack of opportunity at disadvantage since you're blinded in this fog cloud.
I've hunters marked her.
You have.
No, it doesn't say. I have advantage on tracking her, finding her. Could I make a check to find her? No, I'll make the attack. Dagger. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit. Your dagger meets flesh.
That's gonna be that plus 12 points of piercing damage.
You feel your dagger grow slick with blood, and a curse in a language you don't understand. However, she runs past you, and you can hear the footsteps crunching in the snow, as she appears to be trying to make her escape. Hart, it is your turn.
Hart will... So there's fog out. Things are happening. He knows Ravicin bad. And so he starts looking around at everything he has, and he's standing next to Lydia in this moment, right? So Lydia, you see Hart pull out the piece of parchment that he has been working on this starry map, if you will. And when he looks at it and unfurls it, you hear him in Elven say Burning Star. And you see that the ink on this piece of parchment seems to move, like it has its own life as a part of it. Like the large sphere with the tracers leading off from it seems like it is moving. All of the stars in the back seems like they are tiny swirls against the emptiness of this parchment. And that ink expands, and that darkness creeps over his hands. And it's like an animation effect where you remove the top layer to only show the bottom part. You see a field of stars, but where without his like in his standard form, his right eye is the one that's milked over. You see what looks like a burning meteor where the eye would be, and 2 points on his antlers and 1 point where his eye is. He speaks in Celestial and says Ravicin, and he will cast a magic missile as these 3 bolts seem to come out of the background that is the starry field, and they will unerringly find Ravicin as long as she is within 120 feet.
Okay.
So the first bolt deals 4, second bolt deals 2, third bolt deals 2.
4, 2, and 2?
Yes.
Okay.
And then after she has been struck upon, he was in his starry form Archer. So he then turns towards where Ravicin is and will just raise a hand up like it is the most natural course of action. You just see a ripple, like when there's too loud of bass in an area, just like this shudder in space-time around his hand as he uses his bonus action to try and hit her. Make a ranged spell attack. Hurling a luminous bolt. Does a 15 hit Ravicin?
Yes, it does.
Hooray!
Wait, hold on. Are you doing that at disadvantage in this fog cloud?
Would it still be at disadvantage after I hit her?
Yes.
Okay. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Okay, just...
The light just kind of goes through the fog, and you track that light through there, and it like barely misses her. You see her face illuminated for a moment, and there's a look of confusion, and she looks over at you and says in Druidic, "Why?"
Hart hears it. He's not going to respond.
Okay. Anything else for you?
Hart's not here right now.
Rocky, it's your turn.
Rocky is going to move out of the fog to try and spot Ravicin.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the party doesn't see this, but he is running on all fours.
Okay. You step out of the fog and you can see that there are shapes moving in and out of the fog cloud. You can prepare an action for when she leaves it.
Oh, she hasn't left it.
Nope. Fog clouds are, let me double check, a range of 20 feet. And she would have placed it like basically in the middle of you guys. And she hasn't moved enough to get out of the fog cloud quite yet.
I'm gonna assume one of those shapes is Ravicin and start a flurry of bone daggers.
Oh my. All right. Give me some attacks at disadvantage.
One. That one was a 16, and this one is a 18.
They both hit.
Okay. Oh, I haven't been adding that.
Did Hunter's mark this?
Yeah. I also have another thing.
Oh no.
9, 11 on the first, and
Also, don't forget for Kuori and Hart, when you end your turn within 30 feet of me, you get d6 plus 2 temporary hit points.
Can you do me a favor and add the text of that to the chat so that people can see?
and 14 on the second.
1d6 plus what? Sorry.
A 14 hits.
No, that's the damage.
Okay, 14. Okay, sorry. I missed the damage of the first one. Give me a second.
Okay. Let me. You want me to re-roll it?
If you would like to.
Okay. 6 and 8 and 5. 13.
Okay. There is a cry of frustration.
Returns it with a howl.
Kuori, it's your turn.
I'm muted. I would like to just yell out. We really don't want to hurt you. If you just stop things from attacking us. And then try and physically move this moose to like on the ground. Like twist it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That'd be like a grapple check.
Yeah.
God, this is gonna be real bad.
Technically, it's going to be a shove, but it works exactly the same as a grapple. So it's a large beast, but you're a Goliath. I believe that gives
Yeah.
you the ability
Size
to
larger, yeah.
yeah, to tangle with these guys.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me an athletics check. He's going to oppose it.
Let's see. Come on. You're not rolling, baby. Sorry, my computer's been super slow for some reason. That is it's not doing the math for me because it's going slow and I can't do math quickly in my head. 12 plus 5, please.
12 plus 5 is
17?
17.
That one.
It gets a 19 on its check, so
Fuck.
it stands firm. You try and twist its antlers, and its head just kind of turns easily as it lets you do that. And then it halts, and then it cracks its head back into place. Your antlers or your hands still on the antlers as your muscles strain to move it. And it looks you in the eyes and it says, "The time for mercy has passed."
Oh, fuck.
All right. Anything else for you, Kuori?
Bonus action scream on the inside.
That's
not,
a free.
that's always that's a passive action. That's always happening. That is me.
All right. Lydia, it's your turn.
Okay. So, Lydia is very focused on the fact that Kuori is battling with this moose and is kind of just not paying much attention to the fact that Ravicin is fleeing. So she is going to bend down a little bit to sort of shoot, like Kuori's in this stance where she's trying to hold this moose. She's just going to try and shoot through Kuori's legs with a guiding bolt. So that would be a... Sorry, just one second. So would a 16 hit?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Let's see some damage.
4d6, and this is radiant damage, just in case it matters.
It's a moose.
Just in case, so that's 15 points of radiant damage.
All right. For the first time, the moose reacts as though it has received any sort of damage. Like its eyes just sort of blink in the light, and you see its muscles tense in pain. Anything else for you?
So just as a note, the next attack on it does have advantage. And then I am going to... I think that's it. I think I'm situated where I want to be in this situation. So I don't need to move or anything like that. Yes.
Okay. On the moose's turn, it's gonna go ahead and do the second verse, same as the first. It sure does like to charge, so it's going to back up again, provoking an attack from Kuori.
God, I wish I could do like some sort of shield bash, but I will hit it.
17 to hit. Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead and do some damage.
Um, Again, I'm trying non-lethal, so but
Yes.
11 points of damage.
Okay. It comes charging back at you.
Okay.
All right. Does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
All right. He's doing pretty poorly with this. He comes back comes back in. I think this time you kind of take a step to the side and get your arm around his neck.
Yeah.
And now you're just kind of like doing like this. He's like moving in circles around you, trying to get at you with its. Oh shoot! It has a second attack. Hold on. It is gonna try and get at you with its hooves. I don't think that's gonna hit. Yeah, a flat 10 doesn't hit you either. So it's trying to like
bitch that fights moose in forest.
It's trying to like whack at you with its hooves, but you're just like expertly maneuvering it around you to prevent that. All right, that's the moose. On Ravicin's turn, she's going to come sprinting out of the fog cloud and run up and out of the dial. And she turns around, looks at you, Rocky, and you can see that she's pretty well bloodied. There is hatred and fear in her face. And she raises her hands up in the air, and you see a wall of snow just fill in that side of the dial. And you hear footsteps as she continues to run. Hart, it's your turn. Cannot hear you.
Is she within 120 feet of me?
She would have to be.
Magic missile unerringly strikes its target.
All right, let's see it.
Hart. So it was Hart and Lydia in the fog. Hart went full celestial background, and Lydia, you just see him turn and begin walking through the fog. And before he walks, just one magic missile strikes out. And then 10 feet forward, another magic missile. 10 feet forward, another magic missile. Because I have the feature as an Outlander that I cannot be confused on cardinal directions as to where I'm going. So I feel like as long as my magic missile is striking, I would be able to at least know where the missile is going.
I mean, you can see which direction it goes, yes.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of like walking 10 feet at a time between magic missile bursts.
Okay.
So the first is 3, the second is 3, and the third is 3.
Okay. She did leave a wall of snow behind her, so you are eventually going to be blocked. But you are watching that magic missile just go straight towards the wall of snow and then up and over. And you can tell, like, you know in your heart of hearts, it's meeting its mark.
And Rocky, you just see, like, the celestial outline of your friend Hart, who just sort of, like, acknowledges over towards you and looks at this large snow wall. And they're gonna attack the snow wall. Because why not? Does a 15 hit the snow wall?
Is this a bonus action?
Wait, 17. Yeah, as a bonus action. In the archer celestial form, you get a bonus action where you can just throw a ranged spell attack.
I see. Okay. You watch it fly straight through the wall.
Oh. And the celestial form just sort of like just continues to look at the wall. It doesn't look back at Rocky to be like, I can't believe it just sailed on through, but like does it and then just looks and then looks up towards the direction of Ravicin running.
Okay. Rocky, it's your turn.
Just for confirmation, is the wall past the dais or before the dais?
What do you mean by dais? You mean the dial?
Dial, sorry, yeah.
Looking at the visual aid, the northern side of that wall where there is an opening, she has filled that opening with snow.
Okay. Rocky turns to Hart as he is acknowledged and just says, groovy. And he's going to use his movement to attempt to hop over the wall.
Okay.
Would Rocky have seen my magical attack just go through the wall directly without leaving a trace?
Pretty sure. This wall is pretty large and pretty tall. I feel like it would look unscalable.
Yeah, you
but
can
you
just go
did see
through it.
something fly through it.
Does a 23 do it on acrobatics?
You try to jump over the wall and you fly into it, expecting to meet a solid object, and instead you go through the wall. This is a casting of hallucinatory terrain.
Ah, sweet. In the air, I attack her.
Okay.
Was it another one?
Uh-huh. Does a natural 20 hit?
My husband.
Yeah, it
everybody.
does. Sure does.
Damn.
Welcome, everyone, to Nights in the Courtyard, where 8 and 2, 10, 15 on the first for piercing damage. And
15 piercing damage?
yeah.
Okay.
And a 16 on the second for 8, 10, 16.
What did you roll to hit the first time? I'm sorry.
A natural 20.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. 16 piercing damage now?
1-5 for the first attack, I thought.
15 on the first attack.
Yeah, I heard that.
Damage, and then 16 on this for damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh. I hear a lot of numbers, but like I don't know what they're attached to. Okay. It's 16 piercing damage for the first attack. It was 15 to hit
15.
and 16 piercing damage.
It was a natural 20
okay.
that dealt 15.
Okay.
Second
And then-
attack.
A 16 to hit.
No.
No.
What's the second attack? It was a natural 20 and then 15 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is the second attack?
I forget. I'll just re-roll it.
For damage, the second attack was 16.
I know, to hit.
16 to hit?
No.
No damage.
Hold on.
Who's on first?
This one's a 24 to hit
Okay.
to deal 16 damage.
Okay.
That's what I've been trying to say.
31 total.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Cool.
Are you trying to kill her?
No.
All right.
Because I want to land on top of her with the dagger to her throat.
Okay. She lies there with her teeth bared, and you can see that they are blue. And looking at them, you realize you've eaten berries that stain your teeth blue like this. And she's just looking at you, and she hisses, "Go ahead. Kill me like they killed my sister."
When she says this, he backs off.
Frankie is misbehaving now. Okay. You like literally stand up and like back off?
Like a dagger in hand, a hand raised.
Okay. All right. That's you, Rocky. Kuori, it's your turn.
She's gonna keep trying to. She's gonna just hit it. I'm hitting it with my longsword, but I'm kind of treating it more of like bludgeoning shield bashing damage. for just thematic purposes. 11 to hit.
That's exactly what you need to hit.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's a moose.
11 damage.
All right. Are you trying to kill this thing?
No, I'm just trying to like knock
All
it
right,
down.
you crack it in the head with your shield, and like it holds firm for a second, but slumps a little bit. You see it go down on one knee, and you can see that it is running purely on rage. Until finally, like you've got your hand around its neck, and you're also like cutting off its air supply a little bit, and finally it slumps to the other knee and then down onto its shoulder.
She kind of like takes it and slowly lays them down,
Mm-hmm.
gently, and to make sure that they're all right and they're still breathing and okay.
Yep. It's
then-
breathing shallowly, but it has been
Yeah,
knocked unconscious.
yeah, that's all I'm looking for at the moment.
Okay.
That's it. That's my turn.
The wolf is down and Ravicin is down. We are out of combat. When I said wolf, I meant moose.
Yeah. When we're out, Kuori's gonna look to Ravicin and just with
Fog
like
would still
narrowed
be up,
eyes.
though, right?
Who?
The fog? Is that still up?
She is technically down. The concentration would have broken.
Okay.
And it's hallucinatory terrain, concentration.
Hallucinatory terrain is not a concentration
Okay,
spell.
she'll.
So it is still up, but like I mean, several people or like at least one person has just walked through it at this point.
She'll kind of move over to Ravicin with narrowed eyes and be like, "What did you do to this animal?"
Trying to think. I didn't expect you guys to take her out.
Reverse card, motherfucker.
Yeah, that reverses.
And now
you
we
talk
make
to
friends.
the goblins?
Well,
you say, excuse me to the goblins.
It's also close to the end of the session,
Yeah,
so if
I
you
think-
want her response.
I think that's how we
I
leave
think
it.
that
Yeah.
this is a good time to leave off. Yeah.
What did you do to this animal?
Yep. And it's just a close up of Ravicin's face, and then a music sting, and then credits.
It's a
Yeah.
pop song in C minor.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I'm calling it for tonight, you guys.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Wings, so much for running this game. I had an absolute blast, but I always do whenever you're on this channel. So, Wings, tell me, where can I find you? What do you do?
Oh, hey, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I've been posting a lot of stuff there lately, so go and check it out. I run Icewind Dale here on Sundays, and tomorrow you can find me here playing Coriander the Elegant Paladin for our Four Keeps game. I believe this is also one of the weeks where I get to play Overarms over on G Game Nights. So come and check that out. If you like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, there is a tabletop role-playing game that is just like it. We've got like stands and shit. It's a whole lot of fun. Mine's a bunch of bees. DanaeKeener.com.
I guess that's me. Hi everyone, my name's Seaton. You can find me in many places, starting with the Twitter. You can find me at Elzavamp with GPs, where I just post stuff and post my art and I do things. That's my social media. But you can also find me on Twitch in a lot of shows, especially here on the Indoors Adventure channel. I'm here playing 3 games twice every week and once a month on Wednesdays, playing Monster Noir. Thursdays here at 8:30 p.m. EST, playing Acquisitions Incorporated, and of course Sunday with this amazing DM and amazing plays. But I also run my own game over on names. I'm so tired.
The Hype Goblin.
The Hype Goblin. I'm so sorry. Over at the Hype Goblin, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. EST, and then I play Saturday nights over at Plot Hunters, 8 p.m. EST. But also, if you like to see my personal stuff, I also do art streams on Twitter, on Twitch, which is at LizMac as well. I haven't been doing recently because I've been catching up with some commissions that I have to do quite quickly and cannot spend that time talking on stream. But soon I will be streaming a couple new art pieces if you are interested in that. And that's me. Bye.
Liz.
Oh, hi, that's me. I am Liz, affectionately known as LizMac, and LizMacD22 on Twitter. I am the community manager of Clever Plays Studio. We are a very small indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada. And our new game, Operation Tango, is available to wishlist right now on Steam. So please check it out. It's super fun. And when I'm not here playing with these amazing, wonderful people, you can find me at jabroni.tv, which is an unofficial stream team, as well as a YouTube channel where I get to play a lot of fun games and tabletop RPGs with some of my closest friends. So yeah, that's me.
RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, or at Archesses282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I stream sometimes and tweet about the nerdy things of my life. You can catch me here always on Mondays in our homebrew campaign as Calum the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric. Yeehaw! This week, you can catch me over at G Game Nights for that Overarms game, where my stand is a buff turtle lady. Also, Sundays, I'm over at the Hype Goblins, where the lovely DM Satan herself takes my boy Roland Grandbrook through a grand adventure. Also coming up is a secret project that I'll be talking about once it's confirmed, which is going to be slotted in on Wednesday nights. So my weeks are getting full, baby. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Mondays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audio casts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. But for now, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported podcast called Nights in the Courtyard, the after show that we like to put on for all you acorns out there, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions for us that you would like to get answered, feel free to post them in the Twitch chat to the side, or follow the Discord link down below. Join us in Questions for the Courts, and we will do our best to respond in kind. But with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to Danae for running this game, and thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!